Hello students, welcome back to IGT. This is Introduction to Graph Theory course going on and this is lecture number 24. In last lecture I have discussed till Hall's condition and this corollary. So this was the every k-regular bipartite graph has a perfect matching. Okay, so here for a k-regular bipartite graph, here it was both partite set have the same cardinality and a matching that saturates X, that is one that saturates one partite set, that will be also saturating other partite set, that will automatically become the perfect matching, because a perfect matching is a matching which contains all the vertices of G, or you can just say which saturates all the vertices of G, and G have X and Y sets, okay, as the vertex set. So means to say a matching that saturates X, that will be also saturating Y, which in turn will become perfect matching. So it was sufficient to show that Hall's condition is true for this graph, this type of graph. So here we will just take any arbitrary set from the X. So here we have taken the M is the number of edges represents that is the from n to neighbor, that is the from S to neighborhood of S. So that is coming as k into cardinality of S. Why this is k? K is because k regular, so k degree we have at every vertex, means to say k edges are incident with every vertex of S. So how many total number of edges? So total number of edges will be k into S cardinality. Okay, so here k into S cardinality are edges from S to Ns, correct? So here M edges are incident to Ns. Obviously these M edges are incident to Ns. So means to say Ns cardinality will be at least M, correct? At least M, correct? So these M coming from S, these are incident with Ns. So here S, here Ns, and so this cardinality will be at least it should be Ns, and obviously if we multiply in cardinality that is k with this one, if we count all the total number of edges coming out of Ns, that will be equal to k into Ns cardinality, correct? So here it will be M less than Ns cardinality less than equal to, this is less than equal to k into Ns, okay, cardinality. Obviously k is at least 1, so this condition is true, correct? So again, so here M is k into S cardinality, this is less than equal to Ns cardinality, and which in turn less than equal to k into Ns cardinality, okay? So it is from this one and this one you got k cancelled from this one, so S cardinality is less than equal to Ns cardinality, okay? So this is what you got, okay, because k is non-zero, so we can divide throughout this by k is positive, okay? So this was the Hall's condition satisfying for this graph. So that's why this graph G contains a matching which saturates X, that means which saturates also Y, that means which saturates all the vertices of G, that means this is a perfect matching, and existence we have shown by just Hall's condition, okay? That was it. Now come to minimum maximum theorems. So here we will be discussing about vertex cover, that covers all the edges, you can just say, and minimum maximum theorem, or you can just say conics theorem, we will be discussing about this one. And next we will discussing about independence number. This I have already discussed, I think, in chapter 1. Again I will be defining it, and some examples based on this one. Then edge cover, like vertex cover we did, edge cover will cover all the vertices, okay? And here some lemma based on this one, and some result based on vertex cover and edge cover, okay? That is the vertex cover, independence number and vertex cover, you can just say. And here some more results. I think it will be, and in next lecture I'll be discussing over the exercises. So yeah, let's get started. Yeah, vertex cover. What do you understand by vertex cover? So vertex cover in a graph G is a set of vertices. Obviously this is the subset of VG that contains at least one endpoint of every edge. Okay. So vertex cover is a set of vertices that contains at least one endpoint of every edge. That means that covers all the edges. Okay. So suppose here we are having this graph, kind of this one. So what is the vertex cover here? So can you find, obviously if you consider all the edges, now all the vertices, then it will be automatically vertex cover because it covers all the edges, correct? But we are interested in finding out whether a proper subset of vertex cover, that is if we take some vertices less than the all the vertices, then it covers or not. Okay, that means we want to minimize this thing. Okay, so here if I take this one, this covers 3 edges. So this vertex is covering this edge, and this edge. Now this edge being left, so you can take this vertex or this vertex. So either of one. So here this one. So this one covers this and this. So this is being already covered. So all edges are being covered by this one. Now it's up to you. You want to add this one and this one or not. This is up to you. So minimum these two vertices needs to cover all the edges required. Okay. So this will form a minimum vertex cover. Okay, minimum vertex cover is a vertex cover with minimum cardinality. Okay, so you can consider this graph. So this is the graph. Okay, here this vertex is covering all the edges. This one. So minimum one vertex requires to cover all the edges. So here Q1 contains this vertex, so Q1 is the minimum vertex cover, a vertex cover with minimum size. Now you can add this one. So here also you can add this one, that will also become the vertex cover. For example, A, B, C, D. So if you are having only D, this is minimum vertex cover. If you are having AB will not cover this edge. So AD, if you can consider AD, then it will cover the vertex cover. Okay. So here it is not the part of this one. Q2 is not covering all the edges. So this cover this one, but see the CD edge is not covered by this Q2. So this Q2 is not the cover vertex cover. Okay. Q2 is not vertex cover. This should be instead of B, it should be D. Okay, it should be D. A comma D, it will cover all the vertices. So please note this. Yeah. Now Q3, A, B, C. If you consider these two, then it covers all the edges. So obviously this becomes the vertex cover, and in last you can consider all the vertices. So obviously it will cover all the edges. So that are these all are the, if you consider Q2 as AD, then all are the vertex covers. Okay, but out of this minimum vertex cover is Q1. Okay, and we are interested in minimizing the number of vertices to cover the sun. Okay, for example, you are there somewhere to get the guard for road network. That will be, you want to minimize the number of guards. Okay, so there you can have this type of application. Okay, so minimum size of vertex cover is denoted by beta of G. Okay, beta of G, and maximum matching was denoted by alpha of G, alpha dash G. Okay, so beta G, minimum vertex cover size. Okay, and maximum matching size is alpha dash G. So why I am again recalling this one, we will be using again and again this one. Okay, Now you can consider example number 15, matchings and vertex cover. So in these two examples you need to consider, you need to find out the vertex covers and matching. So here minimum vertex cover for this graph, this is the bipartite graph, this is not bipartite graph. Okay, so here if you take, so just look at the take that vertex that cover the maximum number of edges. So take that in starting. So this is covering 3 vertices, 3 edges, and this is also covering 3 edges, correct. So this is these two vertices minimum, these two vertices required to cover all the edges. So this will be giving you minimum vertex cover. Okay, so that is the vertices A and D. Okay, so Q1, if you are taking A and D, is the minimum vertex cover of G. So beta G will be 2. That is the cardinality of minimum vertex cover. Now you can consider Q2. Here Q2, if you take this vertex and this vertex, then these two edges are not being covered. Okay, or you can just take this vertex number 1, then 1 is covering these two edges. Then you can take this vertex number 4, 4 is covering these two edges. What about E edge? For E edge you need to take either of 2 and 3. Okay, so you can consider 3 or 2, whatever you want. So here at least 3 vertices needs to cover the vertices. Okay, needs to cover the all the edges. For example, we are just considering C5 here. So this vertex is covering these two edges, this vertex is covering these two edges. Now this edge is not covered by these both vertices. Okay, so for this edge you need to take either this vertex or this vertex. Okay, so you can take this vertex which is covering this this edge and as well as this one. Anyways, this is obviously already being covered, so doesn't matter. So for C5 you need to take at least 3 vertices. Likewise C3, to cover all the edges of the C3 you can consider this one. So this one is covering these two edges. What about third one? Third one you need to take one more vertex. Okay, now this is being done. So for C3 it is 2, for C5 it is 3, for C7 it is 4. Okay, and obviously if you consider C4, then alternate vertices will cover all these. This will cover these two and this will cover these two edges, correct. So all the edges being covered. Likewise in C4 2 vertices, correct. In C3 2 vertices, in C5 3 vertices, in C6 3 vertices, in C7 4 vertices. So it will be related with n by n by 2, and this would be floor function or ceiling function. It will be ceiling function. Okay, 5 by 2, and we are taking the upper cap, correct. So this will be ceiling function of n by 2. Okay, yeah, come back to the example. This one we were discussing about minimum vertex cover. So here 1 3 4, this is a minimum vertex cover of this one. Obviously it is minimum, so cardinality will be beta of h. Beta of h is 3. Okay, so here you can consider some matching, and if you can, and maximum matching we are interested about. Okay, we want to maximize the matching and minimize the vertex covers. Okay, so obviously one vertex cover cannot cover the, no vertex cover can cover the two edges of matching. So obviously whatever the vertex cover you have got, so one edge will be incident to every vertex, will be giving you, will be one of those matching. Okay, so this edge you can take only one edge incident to one vertex of the vertex cover. Okay, so here you can just take this one, and here you can take this one. So these two edges are forming matching. Okay, correct. So these two edges. Also you can have this one as this, or this one with this one, correct. or only this as you can take, but this is not the maximum. We are interested about maximum matching. So here it is this one and this one you can take, or E2. Okay, so this is one of the maximum matching, and maximum matching cardinality is alpha dash. So alpha dash is 2 for this graph. Okay, so here we are having for M2 is the maximum matching for H. So here you can just have this one, then alternate this as, you can't have this one or this one, so only maximum two edges will be in a matching. Okay, so here for maximum matching cardinality will be 2, and for G it's 2. So here you can see that for some graph it is equal, that is the minimum vertex cover equal to maximum matching cardinality, correct? Minimum vertex cover size is equal to maximum matching size, correct? And for some vertex it is greater than, correct? So for H graph it is 1 greater than this one, and here it is equal. Okay, so for every graph it is that is the vertex cardinality, minimum vertex cardinality is at least maximum matching cardinality. Okay, that should be alpha dash is less than equal to beta, and here please note this one, beta is the minimum vertex cover and this is the maximum cardinality of matching. Okay, so here I have just explained, no vertex can cover 2 edges of a matching. Okay, that's why the size of every vertex cover will be at least size of every matching. So size of every matching will be at most size of vertex cover, you can just say. So obviously if you take maximum matching, so obviously that will be the size of maximum matching will be at most size of minimum vertex cover. If you take minimum this one and maximum this one, minimum this one. Okay, so then this will be the criteria. So for every graph you have alpha dash is less than equal to beta, that is maximum size of cardinality, that is a maximum matching cardinality is less than minimum vertex cardinality. Okay, now if you have this is for every graph, for this one it was different, for this one it was same, correct? Why this was same? Because this is a bipartite graph. Okay, so here we have this theorem, that is, yeah, this result is relating maximum matching cardinality with minimum vertex cover. That's why these are known as minimum maximum results or minimum maximum theorem. Okay, so here this is also given, this is given by Koenigs-Evagri. So this is also known as Koenigs-Evagri theorem. So here minimum maximum theorem also you can call it. So for a bipartite graph, if G is a bipartite graph, then you have maximum matching cardinality equals to the minimum vertex cover cardinality. Okay, that is the maximum matching size equal to the minimum vertex cover. Okay, so proof is not there in your lesson plan, so I'm not going to cover it. Okay, if you want you can go back and cover it. Okay, yeah, this is less than equal to, alpha dash is less than equal to beta for general graph, and for in particular if G is a bipartite graph, so for that you have this one, that is the minimum maximum theorem. This theorem relates minimum vertex cardinality with maximum size of matching. That's why this is known as minimum max, min max theorem. Okay, now you can consider bipartite graph. Here also we have considered it. So here minimum vertex was, cardinality was, that is beta was 2, and here alpha dash is 2. So both are same. Also you can consider this bipartite graph where you have, this is x y graph. Okay, so vertex cover is, first always take that vertex that is covering most of the edges. Okay, that is the maximum number of edges. So this is 3 we have just taken. So this vertex is covering these 3 edges. Now these 2 left, so you can just take this vertex. Okay, that is this vertex. So these 2, edges being covered. Anyway, alpha dash you are just taking, you are just getting minimum, that is minimum vertex cover is beta, beta is you are getting 2, and you can, for maximum matching, you can take one edge incident with the vertices of, with incident with every vertex of, exactly one edge incident with every vertex of a minimum vertex cover. Okay, so here only 2 you can just take. So that is the minimum, maximum, minimum vertex cover and maximum matching size. Okay, okay. So these 2 edges you can take, or if you want, these 2 edges you can take, or even if you want these 2 edges you can take, doesn't matter, but always the cardinality will be remaining same. Okay. Now for a even cycle is also bipartite. For example, C4 is even. So for this one, vertex cover is this one, correct, and matching is one edge incident with every of this one. So here it will be giving you 2 2 in case of 4. What about in case of 6? In case of 6, C6, you have this vertex covering 2 edges, then this vertex covering these 2 edges, these 2 covered, these 2 covered, then this vertex is covering this one. So minimum 3 vertices needs to cover all the edges. So beta is 3, and you can take one edge incident with this one. Alternatively you can choose. So here this is the maximum matching. Okay, so here also it is 3. So in case of whenever you have G is C2K, that is the cycle of even order, 2K order, n is equal to 2K. Even when you have even cycle, then obviously matching size will be K, correct? Maximum matching size will be K, because every vertex, that is every edge considers, or you can just say uses 2 vertices incident with this one. So here it will be K will be the size of alpha dash maximum matching, and obviously this will be the size of minimum vertex cover. That is, alternatively you can choose all the vertices and you will get K. Okay, so for all even cycles are bipartite. That's why this is coming as equal. Okay. Now in case of it is even cycle, it is okay. But what about odd cycle? For odd cycle, you have, here we have considered for C5 it was minimum vertex cover was 3 and maximum matching size it was 2. And in case of C3 you can consider, here minimum vertex cover will be this one covering these 2. So this is left. So you can take one of those. So now 2. For this one, this is beta, minimum vertex cover. What about alpha? Alpha is alpha dash, that is the maximum matching. So maximum matching will be, you can just take this one, then you can't take this edge, you can't take this one. So maximum matching is 1. Okay, 1. Maximum matching size is 1. So alpha dash 1, beta is 2. So beta is 1 greater than alpha dash. Here also we have seen that beta is 3 and alpha dash was 2. Correct? So here also it is 1 greater than this one. So for in general you can just say beta of C2K plus 1, it will be K, and this alpha dash of C2K plus 1, it was K minus 1. Okay, K minus 1. Or you can just more generally you can write this expression as beta of C2K plus 1 is 1 bigger than alpha dash C2K. That is, for odd cycle you have this result. Correct? So for odd cycle you have minimum vertex cover is size cardinality of minimum vertex cover is 1 bigger than maximum matching size. Okay, so this is done, I think. I hope you understood. So now you can consider Pn in general, Pn, Kn, and find alpha dash and beta for this one. Okay, this is exercise for you. Now come to independence number. So here independence number of a graph is the maximum size of an independent set of vertices. Okay, this we have done in this is 1.1, I think. Yeah, chapter 1 we have done. So it is the, you will take independent set of vertices, that is the no vertices should be adjacent, a set in which no vertices are adjacent, so that will be independent. So this is the maximum size of an independent vertices is represented by alpha g. So here we have, up to now we have alpha, alpha dash and beta. So this is corresponding to alpha, alpha dash, beta. So this is maximum independence number. This is the maximum size of independent edges, correct? So alpha was the maximum size of independent set of vertices. This is the maximum size of independent set of edges, and this is the minimum vertex cover cardinality. Okay, so this is the independence number alpha. Alpha dash is the maximum matching size, and this is the minimum vertex cover. Okay, there will be beta dash also, that is coming very soon. Okay, so here independence number done. So you can have some example here. Independence number, so for this graph independence number is 1, 2. This is also not this is not adjacent, these are adjacent with this one, so we can't take this vertex. Next is we can take this vertex, but that is not giving you maximum size. Maximum size is these two vertices and these two vertices, that is a 4. So alpha for this graph, that is the independence number for this graph, is 4. Okay, and here this example is all about that for a bipartite graph you can't say that it is generally taken in this that is, it is very obvious to say that in case of bipartite graph it is the cardinality of this maximum size of independent set will be might be equal to the cardinality of one partite set, but actually it's not. Okay, actually it is not equal because one tends to think that in partite set in one partite set no vertices are adjacent, that's why you can take all those, that's why it might be equal, but it's not. You can take this bipartite graph. Okay, so independence number of a bigraph or bipartite graph may not be equal to size of partite set. Okay, so alpha may not be equal to cardinality of x or cardinality of y. So here this is the graph where cardinality of x is 3, cardinality of y is 3, but independence number is 4. Okay, also you can find the independence number in C4. So what is the independence number? What the maximum number of independent vertices? So this one and this one, 2. If you take this one, no more independency. So here it is 2. In case of C3, it is 1 only. In case of C4, 2. C5, it is again 2. Correct? And you can generalize like this. Also here you can just take how many vertices are independent? Maximum you can just take. So this is the graph. So this vertex is and this vertex independent, or you can just take these two vertices independent, but maximum is what? This one, correct? So independence number for this graph is 3. Independence number for this graph is, I already discussed, this one and this one. Independent, you can't take this one, you can't take this one, you can't take this one. So for C5 it is 2. For C4 it is 2. So this will be, in general, for Cn, independence number will be n by 2, and this will be floor function of n by 2. Okay, so that is alpha dash, not alpha dash, alpha of Cn, it will be n by 2 floor function. Okay, so that you can verify. Okay, now come to edge cover, like we did vertex cover. So edge cover of a graph is set of edges. So is a set L, that will be the subset of edges, of course, such that every vertex is being covered by this edge. Okay, so every vertex of G is incident to some edge of L. Okay, in vertex cover it was set of vertices that covers all the edges, and here a set of edges that covers all the vertices. Okay, so that every vertex of G is incident to some edge of L. Okay, some edge of this edge cover. Okay, so here you can just consider this example. So this G is the graph. Okay, here all A, B, C, D are the vertices. So we want to take out the edge cover. So obviously if we take all the edges, that is this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, it forms an edge cover. But we are interested about only minimum number of edges which covers all the vertices. Okay, so if you take this one and this one, correct, so this covers all the edges. Okay, and if you can take this edge also, this also covers, these 4 edges covers all the 5 edges covered, but minimum is 2, correct, that is this 2. Or you can take these 2 edges as well. So these are also covering all the vertices, that is A, B, C, D are being covered by these 2 edges. Okay, and here I have just taken, that is minimum size of edge cover. The minimum the cardinality of minimum edge cover is denoted by beta dash. So now we have got 4 different this notation: alpha, alpha dash, beta, beta dash. Okay, alpha and alpha dash corresponding to maximum. Okay, beta and beta dash corresponding to minimum. Okay, and alpha and beta are the corresponding to vertices. Alpha dash, that is dash, are corresponding to edges. Okay, so alpha is independence number, that is the maximum independent vertex set cardinality, and alpha dash is maximum edge set cardinality, beta is minimum vertex cover cardinality, beta dash is minimum edge cover cardinality. Okay, so please note all of this. So here L1, E1, E3, if you take this one, it is forming an edge cover. This also forms an edge cover, this also forms an edge cover, but L1 is the minimum that I have just discussed. L2 is also minimum edge cover, that is this edge cover is E2 and E4. If you consider, this is also minimum edge cover. So here minimum edge cover cardinality will be remaining same for all the minimum edge covers. So L1 and L4 have the same cardinality, that is beta dash is equal to 2. Okay, so beta dash for this graph is 2. Now what about the beta dash for this graph? Let's consider this one. So all the edges which covers, and that is minimum number of edges which covers all the vertices. If you take this as covering 2, we need to cover this vertex, so we need to take this one, this one, this one. This way all these it is coming. So you can consider these 2 vertices covered by this one. So you can and these 2 vertices covered by these 2 edges, and these 2 are already covered by these 4 edges only. So here beta dash will be 4. Okay, or in general you can take the independence number or in maximum independent set of vertices and take edges incident to that will be giving you minimum edge cover. Okay, because minimum we need to cover all those independent vertices. Okay, and that will cover all the edges. Now consider this lemma. In a graph G, some set of vertices, a set of vertices S is an independent set if and only if, this is both way condition, its complement is a vertex cover. Okay, first we need to show that this one, and hence prove that alpha plus beta is equal to n, that is alpha plus beta is equal to size of the graph. So alpha is the independence number, that is the maximum independence number cardinality, and this is minimum vertex cover cardinality. This is giving you maximum plus minimum is giving you size. Okay, in case of vertices for any general graph. So here S is the what is given, this is if and only if condition. Given is some set of vertices is given in the independent set. So S is independent set, then every edge is incident to at least one vertex of S complement, because this S is independent vertex set, correct? So obviously these are not adjacent, mutually not adjacent you can just say, or no two vertices are adjacent, correct? So if you take S complement, then all the edges are incident to at least one vertex of this S complement, correct? So then S complement becomes the vertex cover, because every edge is incident to, or you can just say all the edges are incident to S complement. Okay, so if S is the independent set, then S complement will be vertex cover. Okay, so here only you can see this one is independent set, then this becomes the minimum vertex cover, or you can just say vertex cover. Okay, or if you are not considering all those, so you can consider these two and this one as vertex cover, the independent, not vertex cover, independent set, and then the S complement obviously it will be forming as vertex cover. Okay, but minimum is, if you take maximum independent set, then you will be getting S complement as the minimum. Okay, yeah, this is done this way. Necessary condition sufficient is if S complement covers the is a vertex cover, means to say this cover all the edges. Okay, so S complement cover all the edges, then we need to show that its complement, or you can just say S is independent set. Then there is no edges joining the vertices of S, no edges left behind, correct? So S dash covers all the edges, this one, correct? Then there is no edges joining the vertices of S, correct? That is complement of this complement. That means if there is no edge joining the vertices of S, then S will become the independent set, and that's what we wanted to prove. That's done. Now if you take this as minimum, S is independent set, this is maximum, then you will be getting this as minimum, because in here we are having S with union with S complement, this is Vg, correct? So if this is minimum, then it will be giving you maximum, and if this is minimum, then it will be giving you maximum. Okay, and n is fixed for every graph, so obviously this minimum maximum, this maximum minimum, correct? So here if you take S as the maximum independent set, then S cardinality will be giving you that is S complement will be giving you minimum vertex cover. This is the maximum independence independent set, then this will be giving you minimum vertex cover. Okay, and cardinality will be cardinality of this one. Obviously these are disjoint set, correct? The vertices present in S are disjoint from this one, that's why I am just writing this symbol. Okay, so this is Vg, and whenever disjoint, then you can take the cardinality as sum, correct? This will be giving you total vertex set cardinality, that is n. Okay, now so this is total vertex set cardinality. Here if S is the maximum, then this will be the minimum. Then maximum set cardinality will be alpha, independence number, and this is the minimum, that is giving you beta cardinality, correct? And this is n, and that's what we have done. Okay, alpha plus beta. So here I have also discussed that, yeah, here if S is the maximum independent set, then obviously then we will be representing cardinality of this one will be alpha, and here S cardinality will be, that is the S complement will be Vg minus S. If you remove all the vertices of S from Vg, you will be getting S complement. Okay, is the minimum vertex cover. If this is maximum, then this will be minimum, and if this is minimum vertex cover, we denote its cardinality by beta, correct? So then you will be having Vg S plus S cardinality plus S complement cardinality will be n, Vg cardinality, that is n. So beta will be n minus alpha, that is alpha plus beta is equal to n. Okay, now you can have a similar result, that is for every graph you have alpha plus beta is equal to ng, that is the n of order, and that is the order of the graph. So alpha plus beta is equal to n, correct? Here we have this one, G is without isolated, for a graph G without isolated vertices, you have alpha dash plus beta dash is equal to n. Okay, so here we have relation alpha plus beta is equal to n for all the graph, and if a graph without isolated vertex, then you have alpha dash plus beta dash is equal to n, that is maximum matching cardinality, correct? Plus you have this maximum minimum as cover cardinality is giving you total order. Okay, and here you have some corollary to this theorem. Proof is not there in your syllabus for theorem. So for a bipartite graph with no isolated vertex, you have alpha is equal to beta dash. Okay, again for a bipartite graph you have alpha is equal to beta dash. Okay, that we need to prove. And for a bipartite graph, that was the minimum maximum theorem we did, that was alpha dash is equal to beta, we did this one, correct, for a bipartite graph. And here we need to prove this one, then we can use any of this one, correct? So this is also known as convex corollary or minimum maximum corollary. Okay, so here because it relates minimum with maximum, correct, this also related to minimum with maximum. Here it is given as G is a bipartite graph. So G is a bipartite graph means to say this is true. Okay, and for every graph, G is a graph, so alpha plus beta is equal to n, correct? And for a graph without isolated vertex, you have this has no isolated vertex, so G has also no isolated vertex, so means to say you have this cardinality also, alpha dash plus beta dash is equal to n. So if right hand side of this these two identities equal, so it will be left hand side is equal, so that is alpha plus beta is equal to n, this will be equal to, so alpha plus beta is equal to, it was equal to n, and n is equal to alpha dash plus beta dash, so it will be left hand side is equal, correct? And for a bipartite graph, by Koenig's theorem we did alpha dash is equal to beta, so I can replace this alpha dash with beta, so alpha plus beta is equal to beta plus beta dash, correct? So here this is same, so gone, so here we have got alpha is equal to beta dash. Okay, alpha is equal to beta dash, and the same thing I have explained here. Okay, Here you can read it. Okay, the same thing, because for any graph alpha plus beta is equal to n, and for a graph without isolated vertex alpha dash plus beta dash is equal to n, and for a bipartite graph by Koenig's theorem we did alpha dash is equal to beta, and by putting this equation, the third equation in the earlier two equations, we will be getting LHS is equal to RHS, and then put the third in this equation, we will be getting the desired result. Okay, that is alpha is equal to beta dash. So for a bipartite graph, you can, if G is given only as bipartite graph, you can say that maximum matching cardinality, that is alpha dash is equal to beta, and for a bipartite graph without isolated vertex, you can use alpha is equal to beta dash. Okay, done. So that's it for today. I hope you liked it. Bye, take care.